Do you know the reason everything is expensive now isn't just inflation? I mean, inflation could be the reason, but inflation is only one piece of a much bigger system. Prices aren't rising for one reason. By the way, this is Money Aha, where we break down money, economics, and financial systems in a way that actually makes sense. Subscribe to our channel for more insight. First, let's start with what inflation is. Inflation is when money loses purchasing power over time. It doesn't mean prices randomly go up. It means the same money buys less than it used to. If something cost $10 last year and now costs $12, the money didn't get smaller, it became weaker. Let's put it in this simple way. Imagine a small village. There are 100 apples, and everyone has 1 coin. Now the village prints 100 more coins, but there are still only 100 apples. Suddenly, people are willing to offer more coins for the same apples. The apples didn't change, the coins did. That's inflation. And why inflation happens? Well, inflation usually comes from 3 main forces working together. 1. More money in the system. When governments or banks create more money, there's more cash chasing the same goods. This doesn't always cause inflation immediately, but over time, it shows up in prices. 2. Higher costs for businesses. If fuel, shipping, labor, or raw materials cost more, businesses raise prices to survive. These increases travel down the chain until they reach consumers. 3. Demand outpaces supply. When people want more than what's available, prices rise naturally. Too many buyers, not enough products. So, why inflation is not the only reason things are expensive? Inflation explains why prices start rising, but it doesn't explain why they stay high. If inflation were the only cause, prices would rise when money is loose and fall when things stabilize. That's not what we're seeing. Prices became sticky. Once prices go up, they rarely come back down. Businesses adjust quickly when costs rise, but they don't rush to lower prices when costs fall. This is called price stickiness, and it's one of the biggest reasons life feels permanently expensive. And next, shrinkflation changed how prices rise. Instead of raising prices directly, companies reduce quantity. Same price, smaller size. Inflation doesn't explain that. That's a strategic choice. It trains consumers to accept less without noticing higher costs. And mainly, market power matters more than inflation. In many industries, competition has disappeared. Fewer companies control more products. When competition is weak, prices stop reflecting costs and start reflecting power. Companies don't ask, "What is fair?" They ask, "What will people tolerate?" Supply chains stay expensive. Inflation may cool, but supply chains don't reset overnight. Shipping, energy, insurance, and labor remain more expensive than before. These costs get locked into prices long after the original disruption ends. Asset inflation drives everyday costs. Inflation hits assets first. Homes, land, and investments rise faster than everyday wages. Higher home prices lead to higher rent. Higher rent raises the cost of living. This isn't caused by grocery inflation. It's caused by money flowing into assets. Wages lag behind prices. Even when inflation slows, wages don't catch up. That creates a permanent gap between income and expenses. People feel poorer not because prices exploded, but because earnings didn't keep pace. These expectations lock prices in. Once businesses and consumers expect higher prices, those prices become normal. Temporary increases turn permanent. Inflation starts the process. Expectations finish it. Inflation is often what starts the fire. It pushes prices up in the first place. But what keeps that fire burning is the structure of the economy itself. Over time, markets have become more concentrated, meaning fewer companies control more products. And with less competition, prices don't need to come back down. At the same time, prices become sticky. Businesses raise prices quickly when costs rise, but rarely lower them when conditions improve. On top of that, money tends to flow into assets like housing and investments faster than it flows into wages, pushing up the cost of living while incomes lag behind. And once higher prices become expected by businesses and by consumers, they get locked in as the new normal. That's why life can feel expensive even when inflation slows down, because the forces keeping prices high are no longer about inflation itself. So inflation explains the beginning, but everything else explains why it doesn't end. Subscribe for more videos like this.